Okay, here we go. MTV. MTV started 8/1/81. Remember that date? 8/1/1981, the launch of MTV. Really changed a lot of things in the music biz. So in the late 70s we had two currents, disco and punk on either side of the coin, 180 degrees apart. Of course, lots of other stuff, lots of mainstream rock. Foreigner and Styx were very big in this period also. Boston, very big. Kiss, very big. But on the two extremes, disco and punk. Punk really starts morphing into new wave, which became very popular on MTV in 1981. Disco died out, some say turned into rap music, and we saw that with the song Rapper's Delight, Sugar Hill Gang. But anyway, MTV, 8/1/1981. We have a very good documentary about MTV. Please watch that. A couple of records. Here we go. A couple of bands that really made it on MTV. We have The Cars right here. The Cars, first album, I Guess You're Just What I Needed. The Cars, very interesting band. Started out rather experimental, but then became very pop. Rick Ocasek, the leader of the Cars, still around today. The Bangles. My daughter loved the Bangles back in the day. The Bangles. Just Another Manic Monday, their first big hit written for them by Prince. Just Another Manic Monday. Had another really big hit with Walk Like an Egyptian. The Bangles, an all-girl band. Madonna really made her career on MTV and appeared in the very first MTV Video Awards, and you can watch the video. Please watch the video. Considered extremely racy for its time, many people said that this was going to destroy Madonna's career. It did just the opposite. So all these people getting their start on MTV, Cars, Bangles, Madonna, Boy George and Culture Club. But what is even more important is how black music was treated on MTV. It basically wasn't treated. MTV played middle-of-the-road white pop type material and wouldn't play black music. Michael Jackson's album Thriller came out, and Walter Yetnikoff of CBS Records demanded that MTV play the video for Billie Jean, and finally got a black video on MTV, and Michael's career just exploded. He'd already had a great career, but it just exploded to even greater heights at this time. This was about 1984, 1985, so about 4 years or 5 years after MTV started, Michael Jackson really got black music played on MTV. But then, just as importantly, 2 years later, Run DMC with their breakthrough collaboration with Aerosmith on Walk This Way, the first huge rap hit on MTV. And Walk This Way, Run DMC was very important on a couple of levels. It really started rap music on MTV and also started the whole rap rock revolution, which many people believed was the next big thing. And it was the next big thing, but really believed that it would be the music that would take over, although it seems to have died today. Rap rock bands such as Korn, Limp Bizkit, Kid Rock, Rage Against the Machine, those types of groups were very popular, late 80s, early 90s, into the mid 90s. I already said Limp Bizkit. Linkin Park's one of the few bands that's still around today, Linkin Park. Rap rock music. So black music on MTV, and MTV really gets things going again. Lots of good songwriters were on MTV, as we've talked about before. Moving along, so we've got the MTV thing happening. We've got the PMRC, very important for this course, and you'll be writing some information in your last paper on the PMRC. Be sure you read the last chapter in the book, Anti-Rock, a good discussion of the PMRC, Tipper Gore's group. Tipper Gore, of course, the wife of Al Gore, our ex-vice president under Bill Clinton. Tipper Gore got together with some other Washington ladies and started the PMRC, and actually set up a Senate hearing that was attended by Frank Zappa and Dee Snider of Twisted Sister, and famously John Denver, all speaking out against the PMRC and speaking out against censorship in music and speaking out for First Amendment rights for musicians. The PMRC did very famously get the parental advisory sticker that we still see today. Walmart does not allow, or they didn't allow, you need to go out and check and be sure if they do it now. For many years, Walmart did not allow any parental advisory stickered CDs. They might now. I should go out there this week and see if they do. But anyway, it's caused lots of controversy. So PMRC, be sure you look at all the material. Some great stuff with Frank Zappa and John Denver and Dee Snider. PMRC, Parents Music Resource Center. And the Filthy 15, 15 dirty, nasty songs that PMRC targeted. You can read that list right here. And our third section on Judas Priest, the English heavy metal band, started in the late 60s, have been around forever. In 1990, they were involved in a lawsuit. Two young men shot themselves. One died, one didn't, in a suicide pact. Supposedly, they were listening to the music of Judas Priest while smoking pot and drinking beer all day. The families of the two young men later went on in 1990 to sue Judas Priest. Again, First Amendment issues, but we also have some subliminal messaging issues. And our discussion forum this week is over those issues. And last but not least, the movie The Shining, the original The Shining with Jack Nicholson, the great Stephen King novel. Stephen King was very dissatisfied with Stanley Kubrick's treatment of his book, and Stephen King later went on to authorize a 4-hour TV miniseries that he felt was much closer to his book, although the original movie with Jack Nicholson has been the one that has become more famous, even though it does not stick to Stephen King's storyline. An incredible, I'll say it twice, performance by Jack Nicholson. Just phenomenal in this movie. Two very good clips from The Shining, and interestingly enough, the intro music that you'll see in the very first clip, there's three clips from The Shining. The very first one is just the introduction, the music of Wendy Carlos. Again, Stanley Kubrick worked with Wendy Carlos a couple of times. Wendy Carlos was formerly Walter Carlos, had a gender reassignment and became Wendy Carlos, but Walter Carlos had done the electronic Beethoven music for Clockwork Orange. And now we have Wendy Carlos, same person, doing the intro, the electronic intro theme for The Shining. Please watch The Shining. We're going to talk about The Shining more at length next week and do some critical thinking about The Shining, about conspiracy theories, about Stanley Kubrick, about did we really land on the moon, and about Occam's razor. What the heck is Occam's razor? Come back next week and find out.